We have 4 former Gonzaga basketball players that could be selected tonight in the NBA draft.
The first one came off the board. Jalen Suggs has been selected 5th overall by the Orlando Magic. Our Brenna Green joins us live in the newsroom tonight with more on the Zag going pro. Brenna?
Hi guys, Suggs was projected to be a top 5 pick, and he was. There was a bit of a surprise though, as almost everyone had Jalen getting picked 4th by the Raptors. The Raptors went with Scotty Barnes, however. Jalen is headed somewhere with an interesting situation at the point guard position. The Magic have Markelle Fultz. Yes, UW's Markelle Fultz, but he tore his ACL in January. Behind Fultz is Cole Anthony, who was on North Carolina 2 seasons ago, but he was injured when the Tar Heels played in the kennel. In total, the Magic have 4 point guards on their roster, so this will be interesting to see how this all shakes out. We got to ask Jalen about what it meant to represent Gonzaga walking across the stage tonight.
Amazing. I love all my time at Gonzaga. I'm thankful for everybody, who is a part of that, staff, fans, and everybody on the team. Knowing that I made that transition from Gonzaga and they helped me grow as a player and as a person, I couldn't be more thankful. So it was great to represent them walking across the stage.
We expect Corey Kispert to be taken here very soon. We'll keep you updated when he is. Back to you guys.
What an exciting time for him.
Thank
Thank
you
you very
suit,
much.
by the way.
Yeah,
right?
that was fantastic. All right, when we switch gears here, we're facing kind of an excessive heat warning. That's tonight, and it's going to keep going here across the inland Northwest. Yeah,
tonight, Chief Meteorologist Tom Sherry grilling up teriyaki kebabs for Tom's barbecue forecast. And Tom, we know it's going to be hot over the next couple of days, so what's the best time to grill this weekend?
I'm liking Sunday. I'll tell you more about that in just a little bit, but we've got some hot weather on the way. Hey, I've got it kind of covered up here, but can you see my beautiful kebabs? Can you see that there? These are teriyaki beef kebabs. We've got the red bell pepper, green pepper, mushroom. We love the mushrooms. And of course, I've marinated the steak, as I said before, in a teriyaki marinade for about 12 hours. And then I love these, you guys. These are called whole new potatoes. And I've coated them in olive oil. They come out of a can. They're already kind of pre-cooked, and they're fabulous if you're going to go camping. And they're not a lot of work, but you still get some potato if if it's not convenient for you to peel and boil potatoes at your house. Anyway, we're going to grill those things up for you. Should be great. Let's head over here, shall we? Let's talk about what we've got going on. We're on the big board now, ladies and gentlemen. Everywhere you see shaded right now, kind of pretty much in red. That indicates where we've got that excessive heat warning in effect through Saturday evening. Many of these areas are going to see temperatures over 100 degrees on Friday, as well as when we get into Saturday. So again, we've got very hot weather on the way. At least our air quality is still not bad. It's just in the moderate range right now. We've jumped up to an AQI of 77. So again, we're still looking pretty good as far as that's concerned, considering all the fires that are burning around the region. We're at 95 degrees right now. Yeah. It's hot. Let's talk about this. Day planner forecast. 90s this evening, an overnight low of 65. That'll be nice. Friday's high, 102 degrees. It gets even hotter on Saturday at 104. Then a weak cool front moves in on Sunday, drops us down to 93. Also gives us a chance of isolated thunderstorms or even a few rain showers. So I like Sunday right now. It's the best day to barbecue. We'll talk about your 10-day forecast in a few minutes.
Sounds good, Tom. Thank you very much. By the way, if you want to cook the kebabs along with Tom's barbecue forecast, just text BBQ to 509-448-2000.
Yeah, we already got someone who said they've got London broil on the grill right this minute, so you're not alone out there in the heat, Tom.
These folks.
But we know it is hot, so the temperature is on the rise once again, and that is pretty much across the inland Northwest. So on that note, it's very important to stay hydrated. So if you're going to be out for maybe an hour mowing the lawn or visiting the park, you're going to want to drink maybe 1 to 2 16-ounce bottles of water. Hey, if you're headed to maybe spend the afternoon at the pool, make sure to bring 4 to 8 bottles. And if you're going to be planning a whole beach day, you're going to need to load the cooler with 8 to 16 bottles, which, by the way, is how much you need per person for a full day out there in the sun.
Yeah, stay hydrated, right? My goodness. Okay, now on to our next top story tonight. We are in the midst of a housing emergency with the region facing a housing shortage. Apartmentlist.com says Spokane had the highest rent increase across the country in June.
So many of you have since let us know that you're worried about even being able to afford it all. Our Morgan Trow is live in the newsroom tonight with a bit of hope, though, for tenants who feel they've been treated unfairly. Morgan?
Whitney, Mark, with these astronomical rent increases, viewers are asking what they can do to prevent eviction. And some are asking how to prevent spending the majority of their paycheck on their rent. Luckily, tenants have some options that they've never had before due to new state laws. Governor Inslee issued an emergency proclamation in late June that provides additional protections for tenants. This includes the right to a lawyer during the eviction process and having a just cause eviction. This gives tenants more power to stand up to their landlord. The Tenants Union of Washington currently works with renters to stand up against rent increases. Some tenants may be afraid to fight against their landlord, but landlords are not allowed to retaliate against tenants. The new Just Cause law prevents against evictions for organizing. The Tenants Union does not actively organize the renters together, but will support them through the process. Because of the new protections in place and the dramatic rise in housing costs, the Spokane branch of the Tenants Union is suggesting an idea they have never encouraged before.
We have never, ever said to tenants to do a rent strike, because a rent strike is going to always get you evicted. Withholding rent is going to get you evicted. But we used to say that before the right to counsel. Now, maybe we might say, take your chances, get a lawyer. And
Terry Anderson says there is power in numbers, and there have been success stories with renters standing up to landlords as a group. Tenants are encouraged to testify during open comment sessions at Spokane City Council meetings every Monday. I'll be going more in depth in our newscast at 10 and 11 tonight on how to organize and what you can do. Live in the newsroom, Morgan Trow, KREM 2 News.
All right, Morgan, thank you very much. Some breaking news for you at this hour. The suspect, who was considered armed and dangerous after a domestic violence shooting earlier this week, has been arrested. Zion Carter, now in custody in Pierce County over on the west side. He turned himself in this afternoon to the Pierce County Sheriff's Office. We're told he will likely be extradited tomorrow.
The 38-year-old is suspected of shooting his wife and her daughter in their home in Airway Heights back on Tuesday morning. Both victims are expected to recover from their injuries. New court documents reveal that Carter was arguing with the victim before he reportedly shot her. In other news, the CDC has updated its COVID-19 testing recommendations for fully vaccinated individuals. Now, if a person is fully vaccinated and gets exposed to someone with COVID-19, they should get tested 3 to 5 days after exposure. The previous recommendation said those who are fully vaccinated did not need to get tested if exposed unless they were showing symptoms.
Grant County is now issuing a public health advisory because of the rising number of Delta variant cases. This is mirroring Governor Jay Inslee's recommendation from yesterday. Grant County health officials now urging all residents to wear a mask for indoor public places, to consider using and working from home as well as an option, also to practice social distancing and get tested if you develop any COVID-19 symptoms.
The number of COVID-19 cases in Spokane County is on the rise. Today, Spokane Regional Health District confirmed 59 new positive cases of COVID-19. Yesterday, the county reported 95 cases. There are no new deaths today. There are currently 46 COVID-19 patients in the hospital. New numbers prove the effectiveness of the COVID vaccines, at least among protecting people from catching the virus. The Washington State Department of Health says more than 97% of Washingtonians' recent COVID-19 cases were among people not fully vaccinated. You can see those numbers right here. 96% of the people in the hospital were not vaccinated, and 94% of deaths related to COVID were among those who did not have the vaccine. These numbers are from February and June, and so after this winter spikes, and that's when most people were vaccinated. All right, coming up tonight, we continue to track the impact of Washington's new police reform laws.
The one great thing about handcuffs is they eventually come off.
Tonight, we hear from local supporters of the laws for their take on these changes. We're back after a quick break.